Going over to the business blunder of the day, you have the Polaris Ranger being recalled because, yeah, it can actually, the injuries are not great. Now, this comes with thanks to the United States Consumer Product Safety Commission, which they say, quote, Polaris Industries recalls model year 2024 to 2025 Ranger XD 1500 and Crew XD 1500 recreational off-road vehicles, or called ROVs, due to injury and crash hazards, which at least this model of a vehicle is actually called something, you know, well, it makes me think of Ford, but nevertheless, it actually has a real name. There's nothing more annoying or disappointing to me when manufacturers for automobiles, or in this case, off-road buggy thingamajigs, have names like, X3, X4, or whatever BMW does. Well, they make some cool vehicles, don't get me wrong, and they're dedicated to the stick shift, so I admire them, but yeah, to me, I like to actually, my vehicles have names, but I partially digress. There you can see the Polaris Ranger. It's pretty fancy. It's a coupe. So it's an automatic transmission, so it's a little disappointing. It looks like they actually have a four-door option, so you can bring the whole family along. Well, in this case, you wouldn't, because it might, injure the whole family. So in this case, don't. But they also have another picture of it. Ooh, it's in black and gray paint. That's pretty fancy. Here you can see one of the issues with the recall. Now, I'll let you... Now, I don't know if it's a punishment if you don't like the design, but I'll leave that on the screen so you can see it. Now, with this specific issue, they say the hazard is, quote, the door handle can stick and cause the door to unexpectedly open while the vehicle is moving and cause a unrestrained rider to be ejected from the vehicle or increase the risk of a crash, posing serious risk and crash hazards, which is a little disappointing with the vernacular they chose because they say ejected, which it's not that much fun. It's not like it's an ejection seat from a James Bond film, which the fact they don't have it as a standard production car is a little disappointing. I can't but think perhaps they'd be inebriated, but there's got to be some engineer who thinks, what if these two cars get in a crash? Instead of hitting each other, you just shoot for the cockpit. Perhaps it's a billion-dollar patent I just thought of right here, right now. Obviously not. Elon probably already has that in his mind with his crazy ideas. But yeah, not great for the doors to fly open when, granted, yeah, a lot of these are going to be used for, hauling crap around the farms. But again, some will be used for serious off-roading. I'm sure they're not all just, I don't know. I know in the car community, you call a car like a pavement queen. If she never goes off-roading, she just stays there. Would that be the same vernacular for this one? Or would it just be a barn queen or something that just, stays on the regular, nicely tended grass? Let me know if you're off-roading enthusiast. What is the proper vernacular for one of those things that actually isn't used as is engineered and intended? Now, in terms of the scope of this recall, they say that about 4,000, dyslexia, perhaps, 4,200 rows and 393 accessory doors, in addition to 291 that are sold in Canada, were sold and are affected by this recall. Now, there's the ones that are specifically ID'd. Get your ballpoint pen out, if they still have it, or more realistically, record my, I was going to say, gorgeous voice, debatable. So you could check out your specific vehicle. They say this recall involves certain bins of Polaris model years. The recalled rows were sold in camouflage, red, silver, and titanium colors. The vehicles were sold in a 3- and 6-seat configurations and have Polaris stamped on the front grille, which pretty sure that's every vehicle, not too unique, or every vehicle they sell. Now, the VIN is printed on the portion of the left rear frame, which that's a little, let me pull up that diagram really quick so you're not searching for it too much. There you go. And it's on the driver's side of the vehicle under the cargo box. In addition, the recall involves doors purchased as an accessory with part numbers 221292, 221291, 263-8498, 263-8499, geez Louise, 236-8500, 263-8501, 288-9070, or 288-9076. All accessory doors were purchased for Polaris vehicle model year 2024-2025 Ranger XD 1500 and Ranger Crew XD 1500 rows prior to November 11, 2024 were affected by this recall. The remedy is Polaris is contacting registered owners directly, providing them instructions on how to inspect the door handles to verify the doors are properly closed. This will allow some time to consumers to safely operate their vehicles until the repair can be completed. Now, they also know that the firm had received 20 reports of the doors unexpectedly opening. Apologies about that. While the recalled rows were in use. Now, thankfully, no injuries or crashes were reported. Now, these, again, were sold at all these dealerships nationwide. Jeez Louise, I always forget how expensive these things are. Get a nice Porsche or Corvette for this price. These are sold between $40,000 and $50,000 plus extortion. I mean, sales tax on top of that, registration tax. These is $40,000 to $50,000. Again, that's a nice used Porsche or a Corvette, which obviously have stick shifts and obviously be a superior choice because this does not have a stick shift option. Yeah, plus, and again, I know some people it's a tax write-off, which for the farm usage or business usage, I understand that, but still, geez Louise, it's a pretty penny. Now, if you want to call them instead of checking your VIN number, you can call them, and the recall number is 25-092. Again, the recall number is 25-092. And again, which one of the simplest things, doors closing or more accurately supposed to close. I don't know, and for $40,000-$50,000, I'd be pretty disappointed if I just spent that chunk of change on again farm equipment or a toy, depending on how I want to use it, and they already have a recall a couple months after. Now, again, like most recalls, it'll be fixed for free by the manufacturer. Dealers don't like that because the dealers, they're paid by the manufacturer to fix it, but it's at a discounted rate. So again, they're losing out on lost opportunity of being able to upsell the customers on different maintenance or upgrades to the vehicle. So it's all around not a good situation. Again, thankfully, no one was hurt from this, but still, to have a premium product that already has a recall, gotta say, Polaris, you are certainly the business blunder of the day. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, trying to get 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.